Welcome to a brand new series of YugaTech where we take a nostalgic journey back in time to explore the gadgets and gizmos that shaped the tech landscape of yesteryears. From the iconic gaming consoles that defined our childhood to the gadgets that sparkled the digital revolution, we will be dusting off some of the most memorable retro tech that's sure to bring back fond memories and perhaps even surprise the new generation. I'm your host, Arel, and this is YugaTech Revisits. I was 13 years old when Nokia launched the Nokia Lumia 1020. Even though I was just a little kid at the time, I remembered watching YouTubers doing their reviews on this device. This made me excited on every Lumia smartphone release at that time. I mean, who wouldn't going to get excited on that 41 megapixel camera sensor on a smartphone that is 10 years ago, right? But yeah, I was just a kid and I don't have the means to get my hands on one. Cut to today, I finally had a chance to play with the device that made me curious about the tech world. Here with me today is the Nokia Lumia 1020. I used it, at least tried to in 2023 to see if this smartphone can still compete with today's mid-range and even flagship smartphones when it comes to some of its features, like say the camera department. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and jump right in. Of course, before we dive more onto the feature that made this phone popular at the time, let's appreciate its very cool and minimalist looking design. Back then, smartphones doesn't look the same as compared to today. Each smartphone manufacturers are most likely relying on their own design as compared to today, where most mid-rangers or even flagship ones look like a copy of other brands' design, just like with a different logo. We understand that pre-made design will help the device cost less, but you know, it's just us nitpicking. We dig how minimalist the back panel is. It has a matte textured finish which repels what we most likely hate on today's smartphones: smudges. Yeah, of course, there are drawbacks on this type of matte polycarbonate finish over time, but surprisingly, our unit held up pretty well when it comes to wear and tear. And also here at the back, we have the popular 41 megapixel camera tuned by Carl Zeiss, which we will be exploring more later. Up front, we have a pretty cute little 4.5-inch display, which at that time is the standard screen size. The display is an AMOLED panel, which is pretty cool. Well, the display can still hold up pretty well in today's standards. There are noticeable pixels here and there, but to the untrained eye, it looks okay. Speakers are meh, as expected on a single downward-firing speaker released 10 years ago. Performance-wise, this is a part where you will feel its age. Basic tasks like opening browser, cameras, and the like will take about a few seconds to load. Browsing the web is a little bit of a struggle too, since it runs on a 13-year-old chip, the Snapdragon S4 Plus with Windows 8, a software that is no longer supported. Now, moving on to the camera. For specs, we have a 41 megapixel cloud-sized optics with an aperture of 2.2 with 4 times lossless digital zoom that can capture 1080p 30 frames per second. And for selfies, we have a 1.2 megapixel sensor. Now checking out these sample photos, the images that the camera on this phone looks good for its age. Colors and highlights could look a bit washed out on some cases, but hey, we cannot deny the fact that the images are a tad bit better compared to some other entry-level smartphones of today. Well, except for the images taken at night. This is where it shows its age, as there are a little to no details and the photo can look very grainy and in most cases not very usable. Now you might ask, does it have a selfie camera? Yes, it does. It has a 1.2 megapixel sensor. Quality is meh. It kind of resembles an image taken off of a 2016 MacBook webcam, but hey, we have to give it to this device, as this might be one of the smartphones back in the day where you can have a selfie. Software, on the other hand, we have here the very last Windows Phone update, which is the Windows Phone 8.1, and unfortunately, app developers stopped supporting this OS, which means most of the applications on the Windows market are not usable. Understandable, since this device was released almost exactly 10 years ago. We love revisiting these old devices as we have tons of old tech just peacefully lying around here in the office, so expect more of these types of YugaTech revisit contents. What old gadgets or smartphone do you want us to feature next, and what do you guys think about the Nokia Lumia 1020? Do let us know in the comment section below, and if you find this video helpful, be sure to drop a like, subscribe to our channel for more content, hit that bell icon so you won't miss any future uploads, and don't forget to follow us on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, and visit YugaTech.com for the latest tech news and reviews. Once again, this has been Arel, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.